Hello, hello, everybody. So I am here tonight on a regular Monday with a very special guest. So my special guest is Sally Schimko, but also known as the Tahini Goddess. So for those of you who don't know what tahini is, probably most of you kind of know what it is, but you're going to get an in-depth sort of talk tutorial walk through. You're going to walk away being very excited, I think, about tahini. So Sally, I am really excited to talk about something that's such a hot topic. And so first off, let's just hello.
Good evening.
You're based in Miami, right?
Yes.
So it's lovely to welcome you here tonight from Miami. And I want to ask you, so how long have you had this company, the Tahini Goddess?
The Tahini Goddess, it's funny. I really started as a blog, a food blog that share my everyday, healthy lifestyle, Mediterranean kitchen. And I always had on my blog Tahini Thursdays because I love tahini so much. And it was a pleasure to use an ingredient that no one even know how to pronounce. And that's really how the tahini started. It's such a beautiful journey. We really launched like 3 months before the pandemic started. That was like the officially, starting and have the product and the website. And
oh my gosh, so many people start just before I know so many people who said we were just about to launch and then the pandemic. Before we go any further, I just thank you for joining us, everybody who's joined us. And I am joined by the very special guest, the Tahini Goddess. Her real name is Sally. And we're talking about tahini. But before we go any further, because I'd like to hear a little bit more about the brand and why you called yourself the Tahini Goddess and whatnot. But tell our viewers, what is tahini?
So tahini is basically sesame butter. If to, be as simple as it is, it's raw sesame seed, and there's different way you can turn it into butter or a paste.
Right.
I'm sure we're going to talk about this later.
But that's what it is. It's a sesame seed.
Yes.
It's basically a sesame seed that is ground into a butter, a paste, whatever. And as Sally said, we'll talk about that in a moment. Now, I know health benefits of sesame seeds are, I think, Sally, they're very overlooked. Because we often think when we think of healthy seeds, I'm a nutritionist. So as a nutritionist, the healthy fats in our diet, and certainly my clients that I work with, and if any of you are on, you'll know what I'm talking about. We just eat the healthy fats. So the healthy fats coming from nuts, seeds, and avocados. And when we tend to think of seeds, we think very often of things like chia seeds and flax seeds and sometimes pumpkin seeds, all of which are amazing.
Right.
But talk to us a little bit about the health benefits of the sesame seed.
So what I love about sesame seeds, of course, and I'm sure you know as well, it's very rich in minerals and vitamins. But I always say when I talk about seeds, you made such a good point. There's so many seeds, but many of them are enjoyable to eat as is. Sesame is not. When you take sesame seed, it's a nice decoration, but you can't really feel the taste of it. And that's why I always say how magical it is, because we can turn it into this creamy, delicious dressing, and then you get yourself a dressing that gives you so many health benefits like plant-based protein, minerals, vitamins. It's really rich with calcium and potassium, vitamin B, which is great because, iron. And I really feel overall it's important to know how your tahini is made, what's the process behind it. just because it's if it's manufactured in a modern way, or industrial and big machines, it means that it's highly processed. They roast the sesame seed on very high temperature, and then you kind of lose all the nutrients. Same way.
Oh, now wait a minute. This is fascinating. So I want to just hold that valuable thought, because you're going to start teaching us about stuff here, and this is great. So first off, just very basically, we've all established that tahini is a sesame seed. Sesame seeds, super duper healthy. As Sally said, sesame seeds, apart from a decoration, they're hard to chew. You're not really going to be able to digest and break the beautiful benefits out of that little tiny shell that's packaged by nature. And then, Sally, I'm not a huge fan of vegetable oils, because then we're taking out all the good stuff. The fiber and many of all the good stuff. So we're all on the same page. That's what tahini is. It's these ground up sesame seeds. Now, what about this manufacturing process? Because I have a feeling what you're about to say is this true, is that there's tahini and tahini. So there's the stuff that I can go to the store, any grocery store pretty much nowadays, and find a jar or a pot or a squeezy bottle of tahini. And then, my friends, there is okay, there is the Tahini Goddess, right? Which we'll talk more about all the different products and everything. But the things that struck me about this product, aside from the taste, is that it says whole sesame tahini, and it says millstone grounded. So please tell us the difference between your tahini and what generally we might pick up from the store.
So if I want to make it, long story short, especially for people that join us and are not from the food industry, and it's such a journey, but it's one of the I'm so passionate about it, because I thought to myself as even born and raised in Israel, at home in my kitchen, that to make tahini is so simple and so easy. And there is a few brands out there, but they're probably all doing the same thing, until I started exploring, and learning myself everything that I know and experience so far. And I am all about food with benefits. So, and the big questions that came out to my head is that, okay, we go and buy so many things, like you say, in the grocery store, but do they actually give us the benefits of the product? Do we actually get the vitamins and the minerals that product has? Same thing, you would agree with me with broccoli. We can roast it and make it crispy and delicious in the oven, but it's not going to be like blanching it and steaming it for 3 minutes. Then of course you're going to get so much more benefits out of it. And the same way, the process and the behind the scene in the tahini industry is that I chose to do my tahini in the old-fashioned way, which means we use old-fashioned machines. We use grindstone machines. The stones are Middle Eastern stones. Nothing is from, it's not machinery that, it's made in China, or like pasteurized and all of those high process, machine that you basically put sesame seed in one place and then you get the paste in the other one. People that are here with us and used tahini before in their life, when they take the spoon all the way to the bottom, there's always like tons of like big clumps or chunks of
yes
paste. That's sesame that it's not peeled. So basically, as a business, is a no-brainer, because if you use the sesame peel and you don't peel the skin, the actual skin, then first of all, it's harder to digest. And like anything else, even almonds, you're not supposed to eat more than a feast with the skin on them. It's not good for you. There's a lot of things that are coming from nature, but it's very, important to control.
Yeah, and I just want to show you the difference of this. I want to actually give everyone a visual. So tahini, and this one, Sally, I've had for a little while. Okay, this, so it's not like,
so it's from the fridge.
Yeah, and if you crack open a tahini, anybody at home, this is my experience, you crack it open, you put it in the fridge because it says refrigerate after opening, then you try and dig a spoon in, and as you say, you go down and you're like, oh my gosh, it's like cement in the bottom.
Correct.
All right, can I just show everybody this? And this is straight from the fridge. It's still cold, the thing, right? Look at this. I've dug right down to the bottom, and that is the consistency.
That's why I call it sesame butter.
It's so absolutely stunning.
Very important. One, low temperature on the seed. That takes so much longer, the process. Obviously, we need to keep the machine working on and on, but that's the only way to keep the benefits of this magical seed. And then we peel the skin for easier digestion and also that creaminess texture that you just showed. Thank you so much. And the grindstone machine, it's major. It's exactly the same way as you're gonna literally use your I always forget how to call it in English, for spices.
I know what you're saying. Mortar and pestle. Pestle
Yes.
and mortar. Yeah,
anything you're going to do in pestle and mortar, like any spices you're going to open up there, or even for a traditional guacamole, it's never going to be the same as you're going to take a food processor and process all the ingredients, so it's very, very important, and it gives that, deep flavor as well, nutty and rich. And it was very important for me to pack it in glass containers, even though it's imported and it's from overseas and it's much heavier, much more, not as efficient for a business to deal with, but it was very important for me. And I always say, like, a beer from a can and a beer from a glass bottle doesn't taste the same. So I feel like with food is, the same thing. Like, there is certain food that has to be packed in glass.
Oh, that's beautiful. And your labeling is so pretty as well. Look at it. The Tahini Goddess. So, and so what I have noticed is your attention, your passion for the product, your passion. I love that you've zeroed in on this one kind of wonder food, or superfood, if you like, and that you found a way of bringing it to us, to the public, in a way that is the highest quality, and that it is your attention to detail is second to none. So from the way that the sourcing of the sesame seeds to the way that they are processed, keeping everything in there, creating this product that is just stunning. And then even, as you said, the packaging, where you could have cut corners and gone cheaper because the shipping would have been less, and all of that you've gone, no, this has got to be like the best, the gold standard. And this, for all of you who are watching, and Catherine's put a couple of links. Oh, that's good, Anne. Thanks for letting me know. Catherine's put a couple of links in the chat for those of you who want to get it. There's a coupon, Sophie10. You use the coupon code and you can, get your product. But before you order, you might want to listen to all the different kinds. We're going to discuss the different kinds. There's not just one kind of tahini that Tahini Goddess has created. Now, so tahini is such a hot sort of topic food right now. It's the kind of, like, it's gained a lot of traction. I remember, gosh, I mean, it must have been like 20, 30 years ago in England, tahini would be something that was a kind of dusted off at the bottom of a health food store. You'd have to go to some weird health food store to find it, and you'd dust off the container because most people kind of weren't using it. So why do you think it's on track to become the new kind of superfood?
I honestly believe over the years, the Mediterranean food and the Mediterranean lifestyle really taking off. Even though it was always around, I feel like lately people are more towards the Mediterranean food, and I feel like tahini is such a big part of it. I think another reason, and at least for me, is I think a lot of people that love eating plant-based without being labeled in any way, because I'm not into label. Without, it doesn't matter if you're vegan or vegetarian or whatever diet you are doing, or following, whatever is your lifestyle, eating plant-based food that really coming from the nature without any substitute. Because for me to try lots of vegan cheese and a lot of like certain vegan snacks that are using a lot of ingredients that we don't really know, you know, what in a few years, how your body will react to it. I don't know if I want to eat something that it's with substitute every single day. And that's what I love about tahini. It's like, there is no substitute. It's
a whole food.
Exactly.
It's a whole food.
It's exactly like a nut butter, but it's from seeds. Absolutely. And it's exactly like you said, there's so many different amazing seeds, and it's the beauty about it that each one of them is enjoyable in a different way.
Yes. Yeah. Totally different taste. Because I think some people think, well, nut seeds, but as you say, there's every different seed has, well, every seed has a different health benefit, and it's the taste profile as well. And it really truly is nature's, well, certainly the way that you've created it, it really is nature's butter. I just want to we're getting Pam. I'm just looking at some comments here, Sally. Pam, yes, we're going to be talking about recipes and things in a moment. Kelly, if you've just come on, by the way, we're talking about tahini, which is the ground set. We're talking about it's the new superfood. Basically, it's such a great new superfood. It's ground sesame seeds that are ground into a paste. I'm here with Sally. Sally is also known as the Tahini Goddess. Her company is called the Tahini Goddess. She's created a line of tahini products or tahini products that are absolutely second to none. They are the gold standard. When you first sent this to me, and I get sent a lot of products, Sally, and I was just like, oh, this is kind of interesting. And then I opened it and tried it, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is absolutely outstanding. And the first thing that really was the first thing that was exciting to me were the different flavors that I really want to get to actually now, as because a lot of people are like thinking of, you know, I want to get some. So I was like, oh my gosh, there's like a chocolate one, there's a za'atar, there's a dill. I mean, all these different flavors, which are so useful for making, because I'm all about the oil-free dressing. So, you know, the clients that work with me, you'll know that we do that. Christy's on! Oh my gosh, Christy! So it's all about making an oil-free dressing, which is, you know, can be challenging to get the kind of creaminess and the creamy texture. So when I saw this like za'atar tahini, and, you know, I was so excited. And then I get my spoon in, and as for those of you who have missed this little demo that I did, you know, regular tahini, you take it off, you unscrew the cap, you put it in the fridge. It says refrigerate after opening. After 1 or 2 days in the fridge, you're all excited to use it. You dip your spoon in, and you're like, oh, there's a clump. And then you're like digging really deep, and you come up with this massive.
It's so funny. You nailed it when you said it's cement.
It's cement. It is like cement. And it's actually very difficult to work with.
Yeah.
Because you can't, you know, how do you do that? Do you heat it? Do you do whatever? And this, I just wanted to give you all the demo. This is the basic one. But this is straight from my fridge. I got it out half an hour, 20 minutes ago from my fridge. And look, it's just runny and delicious. So that's what we're talking about. We're talking about tahini. Now, one lady asked, can you buy it in, are you in stores, or are you just online?
We do have a store locator on our website. So
great.
There is about like 15 locations there, maybe, depends where she is.
Okay.
We are gonna soon gonna be in other store if they will subscribe to our website or follow us on Instagram when we announce the different stores we're gonna be in. It's so exciting for me.
Yeah, it must be.
That's going to be amazing too. And we're also on Amazon.
Oh, perfect. Perfect. So
Yes.
go to the, Tahini Goddess, you can go to Amazon and go to the store locator and you might find one near you. Now, let's talk about the different flavors. So will you talk us through that?
Yes. So it's funny. We go back to the beginning again when I said I started from a food blog. So every Thursday, I would share a tahini Thursday recipe. One Thursday, it will be a green tahini, which would be kind of similar to the pesto one. One time, it would be spicy tahini. And every time that I would share my recipes, again, my followers used to be like, bring us this tahini, make it in your flavors. Like, we want to buy exactly what you do. We don't want to do it at home. It's too much work. You need to take the chili, you need the food processor, you need to work on the consistency. And I was like, you know what, we are never getting bored. I'm going to keep on working on flavors. So because it's fun, as you said, it's so hard to get a creamy, delicious dressing if you want to go the healthy way. And it's all about the dressing. The salad can be as boring, so forgive my French, as hell, or the grilled veggies, or even your omelet or whatever. If you have a good dressing,
you're done. You're done. That's what I say all the time to my clients. If you've got you're so right. You can do whatever it is, a grain bowl, steamed veggies, any kind of salad. If you've got that dressing, then you are home and dry. Then you can make it. It's just delicious. So what would you say? How many different flavors do you have of tahini?
We have, right now, we have 10 flavors of tahini. We have 7 flavors of halva, and we have the silan, that is the date syrup.
Oh, you have date syrup too. Oh, we're a huge fans of date syrup. So we're going to be looking at that too. But out of your flavors of tahini, what are the most popular ones? Can you just give us maybe your top 3 or 4 best?
Mine or our...
let's most popular ones.
Top sellers. What is that?
The most popular ones, the best sellers.
I think the spicy one, people are like spicy lovers. I was so surprised to see how many people love the spicy tahini. It is so spicy. I made this flavor because my husband is a spicy lover, and any food that I make for all of us, I always separate a part of it and put on it tons of spicy something, because he loves spicy food. So I was like, I must have a spicy tahini, and so many people love it. I love it. But
what is the spicy one called?
Spicy tahini.
Oh, sorry. So spicy tahini. Okay.
Spicy tahini. I think the chocolate, the Caesar, the pesto one for sure.
God, so there's a Caesar, everyone. There is a pesto. So this is lovely because you've customized it for different cuisines. So if you're making it,
people always ask me, what's your favorite? And I'm like, there's no favorite. I am obsessed with the za'atar because I love the za'atar spice. I love the health benefits of za'atar, and I just love this flavor. But I always say it depends. Like pesto, that's my go-to for all my grilled veggies, and pasta alternative. Like I put it on zoodles and it's delicious. Spicy, it's every time I want to give a kick, to my tuna salad, avocado salad, and all the rest are delicious on, any type of veggies, salad, as a spread. They're so versatile. That's what I love about tahini the most. I love baking with them. I have recipes of tahini waffles, tahini bread,
brownies,
tahini cookies, brownies, and it's so fun because you get to bake in a gluten-free way, low carb. The fatty acids keeps you satisfied, so you're actually feeling, energized and happy. And that I'm all about the way food makes you feel. That's from day one. People were like, how you love eating your vegetables so much? And I'm like, the dressing. You need a good dressing, and
oh
that
was
the goal.
Yeah. Now, Christy, I'm looking at the comments here. Christy, who's one of my lovely clients, Christy says that it's yummy on chickpea no tuna salad because my clients are all plant-based in a wrap. Christy, thank you for that. Which one did you really like, Christy? Which was the one that you like to put on your no tuna?
I actually have a recipe for this. I don't know if she's talking about.
Oh, she might be. She probably is talking your recipe on your website.
My recipe, but I actually have a recipe for that one.
Oh, well, that's probably what she's talking about because she's very resourceful and she's probably been to your website.
She's so sweet. I cannot see those comments, right?
No, you can't. So I'm going to. And then Kira says she's never had spicy tahini on its own, but often eats spicy hummus, which combines tahini with some kind of pepper. Hi, Helene. It's lovely to see you.
Exactly. So if they make hummus with our tahini at home, if they make homemade hummus, I have a recipe for that as well, and videos and everything. The beauty about it is if you're not in the mood for a regular hummus, which you would make with a whole sesame, you can make spicy hummus, you can make tzatziki hummus, pesto, whatever you're.
Oh, what a brilliant idea. Now, Maureen asks, actually, I think I can pop her question up here. Let me just see if I can pop it up here. There we go. So Maureen says, with Caesar, with the Caesar tahini, do you mix it with something else or use it straight up? I think that's such a good question.
All the tahinis are delicious straight from the jar. I always say it depends on what you're looking to dress. If, for example, you make a huge bowl of a family-size salad dressing, I would always recommend to add lemon and water because you're going to get triple the dressing out of it. And you're going to get yourself triple the quantity. And if we're talking about, weight loss or benefits, you get triple the quantity and basically divide everything else, which is a win-win.
What a great idea. So you just mix it with lemon juice. So you could use, I love lemon anyway. So I might even mix it with the juice of 1 or 2 lemons and a little bit of water, whisk it up. Right?
Yes, you start with, it depends on the quantity you're going to put. I have different suggestion on the website, depends on the recipe. But let's say you start with, a few tablespoons of tahini, you can put half lemon and a little water. You're going to see in the beginning it will be thicker, and then it means you can add either more lemon and more water. If it's too watery, you can add a little bit more tahini. It takes 1-2 minutes. You play with it, and then you kind of like muster it. You never think again. You eye-boiling it. It's so easy, and you just get this creamy, delicious dressing.
Oh, what a great idea! And actually, what's so brilliant about this, everyone who's watching, you can tell I'm a massive fan, is that, I teach my clients, we are all about oil-free dressings because we are as oil-free as possible. And so what I love about this is that you don't have to overthink making that oil-free dressing. As you said, it's as simple as literally you get your salad bowl out and you just throw in the tahini of your choice, whether it's the Caesar, the pesto, the whatever it is, it's already done for you, that flavor. All you're doing is putting in lemon juice and water and maybe.
Yes, even with the whole sesame one, you can put lemon and water. I always suggest when I do the whole sesame one, I love adding cumin, a sprinkle of cumin and salt. And I always, if I ever add pepper to the tahini, I love adding pepper to some of them. I always use white pepper because I want to keep this like creamy color without without black dots. But yes, it's so versatile. You don't need to think. That's the point. We're busy. We have so many things, we cannot control. We can control what we eat. And if we have a great options around us that doesn't make, healthy eating boring, it makes a huge difference. And even if you have the pesto one or the Caesar one, you can definitely combine it with whatever recipe. I always say it will always work.
I'm just thinking it would be also delicious on a baked potato. So you could take something as simple as a baked sweet potato or a baked russet potato,
Yeah.
and then you could just drizzle on. Then you've got, instead of, in place of a spread or butter or something like that, this, everybody, is just, you've got this whole food. You have nature's butter. It's just making me hungry even to think about it. What about the chocolate one? Now, when I opened the chocolate one, I thought, oh, here we go. It's going to have all this sugar in it. And oh no, and I'm not going to be able to have that. And then I'm like, oh, there's no sugar in it. So the cocoa one, the chocolate one, would you use that in baking? How would you use the chocolate one?
Yes, the chocolate one. Well, I'm a chocolate lover. Just give me a spoon and give me the jar. That's the
Just like
honest
that.
truth.
Just have a spoon
For
of that.
me, even at nighttime, many nights, my treat will be, I'll take a feast of raw cashews or pecans and a big spoon of the chocolate tahini. I drizzle on top of them, and that's like my covered, chocolate
You're done.
nuts
You've had your
kind
dessert.
of. But I love the chocolate tahini. I love it in my breakfast bowl. If I make my labane with fresh berries, I'll drizzle it on top. I love making tahini smoothie with the chocolate one. I love using it for brownie. And you know that the chocolate tahini, even if you just freeze it as is, like in little cupcake liners or silicone things, because it's that amazing quality of fat of only the sesame seed, no oil added, no nothing, it gets frozen, but kind of like a chewy, like the no-bake brownies, recipe that I have, that it's made just from the chocolate tahini and the peanut butter tahini. You freeze them, you layer them together, you freeze them, and it's like a healthy peanut butter.
Oh my gosh, what
cups.
a great idea. So we just get the chocolate one and the peanut butter. You could get like the little ice cube things, or you could even get the cute little silicone little hearts.
Silicone molds.
Yeah.
Because you can spray them, and then you don't need to waste, anything. Yeah. It's mess free. You spoon it straight into it. I love the heart shape you're talking about. I have this one too.
Yeah,
it's like also the perfect size.
Yeah, what an amazing idea.
And by the way, all the recipes are on my website.
Great.
So, and it's very easy to search them, so they can all find it. But I am more than happy to send you links of any requests after.
Yeah, Christine's like, oh, yum, right, Christine? It's like, this is an Ignite friendly snack, Christine, isn't it? You can just have your little, also you could, I was just thinking as you were chatting that it could be delicious drizzled over a little nice cream as well. So you could do a little nice cream. I'm just trying to, my recipe wheels are cranky.
Absolutely.
Oh, wait a minute.
And you can use it to make the nice cream. If you want to sweeten it up and you don't want to use, maple syrup or, you can use it instead of the nut butter or whatever. If you mix it with the frozen banana. You mix, because tahini ice cream is insanely delicious.
Oh my gosh, this is just so exciting, because that's so true. Because also the nut butters can be so full of calories, and you don't know, the nut butters, you have to be very careful where you buy them from, because they can be full of oil and sugar and added this, that, the other. And also there's the added situation with a lot of nut butters is that it's the cement in the jar situation. Let's go back to that. Same thing.
It's with the skin, and it's just when you fill up the, half of the container with the skin, it's so much more beneficial for a business period.
Totally.
But it's the same with nuts. I'm a big nut lover, so of course I love nut butter, but I prefer my nuts raw in a bag. I love eating them.
Totally.
Anything that you can eat, I prefer on like drinking or meshing it.
Yeah.
And sesame seeds. I don't see myself opening a bag of sesame seeds and eating, seed by seed. I love sunflower seeds, for example.
Yeah.
So that's the beauty about nuts. We can just chew on them and add them on top of everything.
Yeah. Yeah, tahini, beautiful. And Maureen had a wonderful idea, Maureen. So simple and great for kids as well. Is she said sliced banana dipped in the cocoa tahini and frozen.
Oh, yum.
Done.
Yes.
You see, this my community
That's
will
a
give you a
winner.
lot of ideas. Kathy says game-changing ingredient. You are so right, Kathy. It totally is. And Kira goes, I used to bake a devil's food leg cake with a peanut butter icing in the middle, but you could use the tahini instead. Um, oh, that's so sweet. Fran on YouTube goes, my kitten's name is Tahini. That's how much I love Tahini. It's such an adorable name for a little kitten. I can't even. It'd be kind of cute for a little. I might have to call my next dog Tahini. It's a very cute little name. Anyway, so let's talk a little bit about halva. So you've oh wait, before we talk about halva, let's just talk, you do date syrup as well. I didn't realize you do date syrup. So that's wonderful. Do you want to talk at all about the date syrup?
It's so funny. I don't know. I have it next to me because I'm always drinking it with my tea. I am just a big fan of dates. So, you know, and date syrup, it's again one of those, where is your dates are from, you know? So Israel is just such an amazing place to source the dates from, and there is absolutely nothing added in here. It's pure Israeli majul dates, and the magic behind this product was to work on a concentration that it's not going to be too sweet, too thick, and I think we did a really good job. It was sold out in no time. It's honestly almost always sold out, the Silan. I am so overwhelmed for the love, because you can feel the different taste in the dates. There are great date syrup are out there that made out of, dates only, but I feel like same as with the sesame seeds, it's very important where you source the ingredients from and all the process behind it. So, and we also have Silan tahini, which is already a tahini, the raw tahini mixed with a little bit of our Silan, and it's delicious. But the date syrup, the beauty about it is the Mediterranean honey, I call it, because it's vegan, again, in a natural way. We didn't substitute anything. You can add it to your coffee, to your tea, to your smoothies, your breakfast bowl, really anything. My kids loves it on chicken, drumsticks with the date syrup on top of it. It's delicious. I love making, by the way, another oil-free dressing for you guys, the Silan with lemon and mustard.
When you say the Silan, is that one of your the date syrup with lemon and mustard?
Yes.
Oh, delicious.
It's so delicious.
How delicious. Now tell us briefly about your halva. So there's halva is, if you just explain to everybody what halva is.
Yeah, so I always like to say halva is like a sweet version of tahini. If every time we say tahini, it gives people more association of a salad dressing. Halva is more it's sweet. So I love calling it the Mediterranean cookie dough because it has that cookie dough texture that, again, because of our sesame, same exact process as with the tahini, the low temperature roasting, peeling the sesame skin and grinding it in stone, gives it that amazing texture. When I grew up, halva used to be one of my favorite sweets, and it used to be full of sugar. So I said to myself, let's make halva in a healthy way. And a lot of people that grew up eating halva or tried halva before, they were like, I can't eat it. The texture is off. It's not right. And it's exactly like you said about other tahinis where you get stuck with the paste. Halva, if it's made with the peels and with a lot of sugar, it has kind of like a chalk texturing to it. You know what I mean? And
it's
our halva
absolutely delicious.
and it's delicious in the fridge, in the freezer as well. Just as easy, you can put the jar. I love putting it on a wrap and warm it up in the panini press. When you eat halva melt, it's divine. And
It's
you can
so
use
good.
it as you would use a nut spread
Yeah.
on your toast. My favorite is from the jar, just like you did now. Whenever I need something sweet, I take 2 spoons with my coffee, with my tea. I love it in the morning for breakfast with berries. And
it's lovely because it's actually not too sweet either. And I know what you mean. I grew up with halva. I don't know why. There was just a lot of markets in London that sold halva. And it was just like this block of kind of chalky chalk. It was dry.
yeah,
And you'd almost like need to have a huge glass of water. And it was full of, as you say, a sugar or
yeah.
honey or something that would really, raise your blood sugar. So it just really isn't a healthy product. So yeah, really, really delicious. And Christy, again, says, yeah, maybe on a siete tortilla. Yeah, absolutely.
Yes, I love
this
siete tortillas. They're so delicious.
which are the grain-free tortillas, or on gluten-free crackers, or toast. Absolutely delicious. Okay, so everybody, we're almost out of time here. So let's just recap and on what we've sort of learned so far. So really, sesame seeds are something that we want to bring more of into our life. Sprinkling them just on top of grain bowls or whatever really isn't going to give you the full benefits. You're not going to be able to digest it because, much like something like a whole flax seed, it's encased. It's almost like it's going to go in one end and out the other, lest you really, really chew it. So we want to have beautiful sesame seeds, not only for their health benefits, but their taste is so delicious. And we don't want sesame oil because that's just going to put a lot of added calories into our diet that we don't need, plus many other reasons. So the most magical way to get our sesame seeds is through tahini, which is this beautiful paste. So Sally is the Tahini Goddess. She started this incredible company. It is absolutely the gold standard of tahini. So I'm so grateful that you've bought this. You had this idea and you started this company, and you've put your mind, heart, and soul into this company, into these beautiful products. You have not compromised on any level, from the way that it's manufactured, the way everything is sourced. You're so brilliant because you really are, to create something that has so much thought behind it and passion, and your beautiful website, that you're bringing a product to the world that is not some fake healthy product, or, as you say, there's a lot of vegans in my community where there's, as you said, there's a lot of those, there's junk vegan, but this is how we can eat a whole food plant-based diet and have something that is so beautiful and healthy. It meets our taste buds needs for that kind of mouthfeel of the creaminess and the butteriness and the slightly sweet. So just lovely. And our need for the dressings, because as Sally and I are absolutely on the same page here at 100%. If you've got a good dressing, then you are sorted. You can enjoy healthy food. And so there are so many different flavors. There are 10, I think did you say 10 different flavors of the tahini itself? So whether you want spicy or pesto or za'atar or Caesar, go shop away, get those, try them out. The cocoa is delicious. The halva. What I didn't realize is that you did date syrup. So that's next on my list.
Yes, tomorrow I must send you one so you can try it.
I can't wait, because I'm a massive date syrup fan. And I know what you mean. There's date syrup, and the brands that I've tried, there's a lot of, discrepancies. So if your tahini is better than any other tahini I've ever tried, then I can only imagine that your date syrup probably is exactly the same. And so everybody, please go and invest in this nature's butter. So go to the website. If you use that coupon code Sophie10, you're going to get 10% off. Go check out Sally's recipes. They're absolutely incredible. And can you go? Oh, couple of questions. Lucy said, can we get them in Canada? Do you sell it? Do you ship to Canada?
Yes, so we do have also distributor in Canada, so she can see it on the store locator depending where she is, Montreal, Toronto. They they ship also. So I would love for Canadian crowd here to support them. But we do ship from our website in case they don't have the flavor that you want or they're out of stock. We do ship from our website basically anywhere.
Great, perfect. Christy had a question. What is your favorite tahini to use to make hummus if you had to pick one?
Caesar, for sure. The Caesar tahini.
Caesar, there you go. Because we're all into making oil-free hummus. So
in my recipe, there is no oil.
Genius. You are fantastic. I mean, and look at you. You're so beautiful. You're so inspiring. You've got this glowing skin. It's like, we all, Sally's obviously eating, for her beautiful hair and skin and everything else. I think I'm just thinking if there's any other little stray questions here. I think Christy's going to try that one. Lorene is looking forward to trying your products. Hey, Jill.
Thank you so much for watching us.
Oh, yeah. And thank you so much for being here. We'll have you back on again. Thank you for bringing this incredible brand to the world.
Thank you so much for having me.
It's, exploding out there. It's time that somebody like you, a beautiful woman-run company would come and just put your heart and soul and survive the difficult last year and a half, and still be out there and going all guns blazing with your mission to put some joy into
thoughts create reality, right?
Say again.
Thoughts create reality. We have to think positive.
There you go.
That's number one. No matter what we do every morning.
You're singing my tune, most definitely. All right, so we're all going to get ordering. Thank you so
much. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, so enjoyed having you. And the company, Diane, one last time, it's called the Tahini Goddess. Catherine has put the link in, so go back in the chat. She's put the link in so you can go straight there. This is what it looks like. This is the whole sesame tahini, okay? And this is what the little branding looks like right here, the Tahini Goddess with that gorgeous little heart, right? You can follow the Tahini Goddess on Instagram, on Facebook too. Definitely do that because I'm sure you've got lots of great stuff going on there. And so that's that. I love that it says on the container here, the Mediterranean cookie dough on the classic halva. So the Tahini Goddess. Okay. And so make sure you do that. Make sure you click the link, go to the website now, enjoy your coupon with Sophie10 to get 10% off. And Sally, thank you. I know it's late with you. Thank you everybody for joining us. Sophie10. Yes, Maureen, it's lovely to see you all you regulars. Sophie10, SOPHIE 10 is the discount code. So thank you, Sally. You're amazing.
Thank you so much.
Good night. Good night, everybody.